Good morning, everybody. Guess what we're doing today? We're doing some more hiking on the Appalachian Trail. Ooh, a bit of rain last night, but that's all right. We survived. Big group of guys here at the shelter, Spencefield Shelter. Lots of people. I guess it is the weekend. Today's Sunday. Okay, Sunday. So we'll see what happens tonight. But tonight, I won't be in the Smoky Mountains anymore. At least not the national park. I have a big downhill day today. I've got to go over some stuff first, but then I drop down to Fontana Dam and out of the Smoky Mountains, out of the national park, and I'll be camped there by the dam. But hey, let's see what our last day in the Smoky Mountains brings. What a beautiful, beautiful spot. Now, I hope I'm not confusing my states, but here in the Smoky Mountains, you're actually right on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee, so you kind of bounce back and forth. Now, the shelter areas in North Carolina all have privies. The shelter areas in Tennessee do not. They have a shovel, and you go out and dig a hole. Now, as I understand it, the reason for this is there's a federal law that says if you build any sort of structure for a bathroom or something like that, it has to be handicap accessible. Now, obviously, someone in a wheelchair isn't going to roll themselves over the top of all these mountains to get to a shelter, but still, according to law, you build a privy, it has to be big, it has to have the handrails, it has to have a ramp up into it, so a wheelchair could get into it. And so I guess Tennessee refused to do that, and so they just said, we aren't going to build any more privies. Go dig a hole. So kind of a funny little quirk, right? A good law, but a bad application out in the backcountry maybe. I lucked out. All three of my stays in the Smoky Mountains were in North Carolina, and I made use of all three privies. I just went over this peak right here. It's got to have the funniest name. Devil's Tater Patch. Just continuing my helicopter story from yesterday. This is Molly's Ridge Shelter. So they don't have these tarps on them. In the summertime, we did our trip in July. But so I've now completed the hike, I guess you could say. After my wife came and picked us up in Knoxville at the hospital there, came home. Then me and one of the other dads drove up and hiked into Molly's here that night. It was a night hike. We came up. I met up with the boys for their last day to kind of help them. You know, they had all the extra gear and stuff they were hauling around. So, from here on down to Fontana, I have hiked that twice, both directions. There's a bear up here. Right there. Number 8 for this hike. He's not too big though. Surely he knows I'm here. He ain't running away. I was completely wrong. That was not a bear at all. That was a humongous wild hog. I started making all this noise and yelling at it, and finally it looks up, and then when it notices me, it takes off running. I must be upwind of it or something, but it was a big old fat wild boar. This is the Shuckstack fire tower. We get our first views of Fontana Lake, the Fontana Dam. Some pretty epic views out here all around. Oh, look at that. It is Sunday, but I think we'll keep our spiritual thought for today quite simple. Consider the lilies in the field. Consider how great God is. And just like that, we have completed the Smokies. Let's see what's next. Here's Fontana Lake and Fontana Dam. I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but it seems kind of low to me. We got so much water during that hurricane, but then it's been super dry ever since. I think that's our fire tower. Right there. Hey all, it's kind of late. I made it to the Fontana Dam Visitor Center much earlier. They had some Wi-Fi there. They had hot showers there, free hot showers. So I kind of hung out there for a while and finally made my way over here to the Fontana Dam shelter. It was a good day, a little relaxing, right? A lot of downhill. I only did 17.5 miles. And I got into that visitor center pretty early, so I got a little bit of time to relax. That's been great. Good night. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.